Welcome everybody to this edition of Stunt Hanger. Today is the final, or not today, probably the next couple of days, is the final push on the Gypsy trim. And we're going to be trimming out the blue stripes with the white stars and the red trim on that. So far what we've got done here is the airplane's white, and underneath this it's been backmasked. It's gray. We're trying to do the Salhavy paint job, and it doesn't have to be exact. We just kind of want to give the impression that, you know, we did the Salhavy paint job. And as soon as this airplane's done, I'm going to take a break from my painting duties. I'm going to get back and finish up the Excalibur. I have to get busy on a classic Continental that I need to get done. So if you're wondering where I've been, I've just been buried in the paint shop. A lot of work to get these ready to go. So without further ado, let's do some masking. Let's trim out the rest of this airplane. Now, I used to, because I'm a motorcycle guy and did a lot of motorcycle painting and things, we only use blue fine line. That stuff is so expensive. You know, it's $11 to $16 a roll depending on where you get it. And I just, you know, I couldn't afford to do this job with that blue fine line. So we went to, I guess it was Tower Hobby. Tom Morris told me about the Great Plains Easy Mask. I believe it's made by the same people. It says made in the USA, so I would imagine this is 3M as well. It's $3 a roll, the same stuff, only a different color. So we went with this. I bought 10 rolls for what I could buy 2 to 3 rolls of the blue fine line with. So I'm just going to mask this out by eye. There's no need to be, you know, 100%. Get out a micrometer and do this. This will be a very boring tape for those of you who know how to paint or half painted or whatever. You know, some want me to just let these tapes run. Well, it takes a considerable amount of hard drive space to do that. You probably wonder, what the heck am I doing? Well, I'm painting this airplane with the flaps on it. So I don't want to any overspray to go down in there, so I'm pushing the tape down in behind the trailing edge. So we get as least amount of overspray as possible down in there. Normally, if you're doing a show car or motorcycle, whatever, you take everything apart and paint each piece. Okay, so now we have the blue, and we're going to put some stars down this blue, and we're going to do it in a straight line. How are we going to do that? So I made some extras. I don't know what I did, how I modeled all these years without a cutter. So I'm just going to eyeball the first one. It's close. And then we're going to eyeball the second one. Now to keep the rest in line, we'll put a piece of tape here between the two. This may take a couple of tries to see what my eye likes. I suppose if I was a mathematical wizard, I could figure out the exact spacing, but I don't have the background for that. So we'll do it my way, by eye. Looks pretty good. This one needs to be straightened out. So now let's measure. See if I got it right. I probably should have measured the first one. 1 inch. 1 inch there. See how close your eye is? I mean, it's off by maybe a 64th of an inch. That's a 16. This one could go over that way a little bit. Could be the stripes band too. That's 1 inch. This one could go over a little bit too. We'll move this one over. I paint these are going to be difficult to get off. Close enough. Let's see about how the distance is. I just eyeballed them, so don't know. 2 inches. 1.7/8. 1.7. Yeah, they're close. So that's it. And push them down real good now that they're on there. The other ones will be easy because we'll just match up the distance and that's it. Gets 2 stars on the back here. Now we need to do our 1 red stripe down here. I'm very sad about Frank Carlisle. He sent me a movie of him flying his smoothie. I'm gonna do a last call for Frank Carlisle. He's the guy at SIG that hit my hand, or when I cut my hand wide open, I had him shoot kicker on it to get it after I CA'd my hand back together. My cut. Nice guy. He will be missed. He was up Michigan way, I guess. Well, I was going to edit the video and put it up before I did all this work, but I spent a couple of days basically finishing 90% of the paint, and now we're going to apply the numbers. And I made the stencils, and now basically what I need to do is tape off these areas, and we're also going to tape the canopy off and paint it up, and they're just going to be black. This is a pretty basic paint job. I didn't want to get too involved. The original Gypsy had a stripe down the side, but because this airplane has a battery door, it would be very difficult to put the stripe down the side, so I elected to just put some Pampa stencils back here on the aft part of the fuselage. And I'll go ahead and get this edited today for sure and get it up, because it's been a couple of days since I did a video. The last video was the Frank Carlisle video. I I get a thank you from you guys for me doing those. I don't want to do those videos. Oh man. Stencil's not sticking down for some reason. There we go. I had some issues with the stars on this airplane, and it took quite a bit to get the trim on this airplane for some reason. I don't know. Pretty odd. For this part of the video, we're just going to do the top half. I haven't even put the stencils on the bottom, but I will do that off camera. We'll do these areas here on camera. So normally what I do for something like this is I take a piece of paper that'll cover the whole wing, and instead of putting one here and one there, we're just going to cut the center out of this and tape it down. So we know we know that our letters are 2 inches in height. So we'll cut a 1 inch or 1.5 inch section out of this piece of paper. And this basically is just because I'm lazy for speed. I spent all day doing letters. I have to do this 4 times. Look at that, isn't that nice? So we need a roll of tape. I know, here we go. And we're going to be airbrushing this, so there's not going to be a whole lot of overspray, so you don't have to worry about taping everything off. I mean, I have yet to have a problem with it. It's a nice thing about airbrush, it's pretty directional. If I was painting with a spray gun, I'd have to more or less tape everything off. We might as well make 2 of these. So we got it right there. Right there. These are just some of the tricks that I've learned for doing things quickly. You may have a different way of doing it, and that's okay. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you can donate to the Patreon link, please do that to help me keep bringing these videos to you. have a paint stand, but because I'm in a small area here, I really can't use the paint stand. I would like to. Now, got to be careful. I see that I have an open hole there, and paint has a tendency to seek out any open holes. So make sure you tape it up good. We don't want any overspray, black overspray. So, let's see, this is blue. This is black. I always mix in these little small cups instead of trying to pour into that little bottle out of a quart can, because you can take these little cups and squeeze them and kind of funnel it in to where it goes. So I think the paint store is I'm gonna have to get some more stir sticks. Yeah, should be good enough. 7 seconds on a paint stick is about the right viscosity. I suggest, now this is just a suggestion, that when you're doing letters like this, one coat. I do one nice covering coat. I don't let it dry and come back. And the reason being is when you take the stencil off, it becomes a problem. So now we have those two done. I probably can use this on the other side. We'll go ahead and re-tape it. I don't want mistakes. Before we clear this, we'll come back with a credit card and card off the edges so that there's no flashing. And then after the clear goes on, you can't even feel the letters. They're on there. So instead of boring you with the picking out of these letters here, I'll do one, I suppose. It's pretty wet. Go to this side. So there you have it. Let's see what it weighs. See how much weight I put on it. Good finish is about 6 ounces. Started off, I believe, at 27. Yeah, we've only put 3 ounces of paint on it, so we're in good shape. Anyway, that's what it looks like. Pretty nice. It's attractive. I guess we could tape out the canopy. I do this stuff all by eye, you know. We're not building a watch here. Now, I'm not going to paint this on camera because I'm going to have to put it on, eyeball it, you know, I have to step away from it, eyeball it, come back and make sure that it looks right. Got it pretty close the first time, that's for sure. Pretty close. Anyway, before I paint this canopy, I will edit the video up. And while it's uploading, I'll paint the canopy and do the bottom. Because when you're doing a canopy like this, taping it off or whatever, you really need to step away from it, you know, take a break from it and come back to it and make sure that it still looks okay when you come back. Because if it doesn't, you know, they're very hard. It's very hard to change up the canopy. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the video. I'll go ahead and edit this up, and until I see you again, fair winds and tight lines. See ya!